Hello there. Today I'm going to be talking about my entry for the 2019 Openers Open hosted by SWDweeb, which was to design and make our own bottle opener. So my original intention was to metal cast it, 3D design it on the computer using a Fusion 360 to make the pattern, and then cast it from a combination of aluminium bronze for the main body and just aluminium for the logo design and the actual claw itself. Unfortunately, my furnace is still being constructed. I'm about 90% done, but I didn't have enough time to finish it and actually get this casted in metal. So instead, I've gone for a 3D printed usable version, just as a way of showing off the design itself. And what I intend to do is, in the future, when the furnace is finished, I'm actually going to cast it properly and have the full idea realised, and I'll do a little comparison video maybe to show you how it looks in metal, hopefully that it performs better, and a comparison against the printed version. So just to talk about what I did with my design briefly before I show it you, is I wanted it to be something that was practical, something that you could carry around, that wouldn't be uncomfortable, and that would look nice. And I thought, well, what do you normally carry with you at all times? Most people will usually have either your wallet, your phone and your keys. They're the main three things most people have on them almost all times. Now, my wallet's already full, so I didn't really want anything else to go in there. Well, not with money, but you know, cards and stuff. The phone, I don't really have a good way of attaching a bottle opener to that without doing a case, and I don't have the equipment to design my own phone case and make it a bottle opener. So I decided to make mine a keychain accessory. So I'm going to nip over to Fusion 360 and actually show you the design that I've got on there. Okay, so this is how I wanted it to look. Okay, as you can see, you've got the main aluminium bronze body there, with a hole just there for your keychain to slip through, the logo design, and then the claw that would actually fold away inside. And this is the final variation of my design. It's gone through a few changes and updates, and just so you can see it, this is actually all the parts I needed to cast it. I did do an analysis video where I went through how I designed it, why these parts are all here and what they do, but it was about an hour-long video, so I thought it would be a bit much to post. If people are interested to see the design process, I might condense it somewhat and then show it, but you know, unless you're really interested in seeing that, I didn't see a point in posting it right now. So yeah, this is how I was hoping it would turn out. Obviously now I've printed it in plastic, it's not going to be the same colour scheme, maybe I'll paint it. But anyway, if I jump back to the main camera. So my original printout was this little guy. And yeah, it's not really practical size. And there was no way of actually getting that claw out comfortably because it's flush with the sides of the body. You'd need, you know, a tool to get in there to actually pry it out. Yeah, and unfortunately, because of the size, it just wouldn't catch. So there was my first fail. But it's still quite cute, so I'll keep it around. My second printout was way too big. I mean, I've got reasonable sized hands, and yeah, this is the full palm. But I did add a little thumb latch so I can pull it out easier. Just there. Which worked. However, the claw design wasn't very good, and as it bit in, it just kind of crushed the plastic, and it became too smooth and it wouldn't grip the bottle. So that failed. I then designed this guy, which you can see is a reasonable size, It fits nicely on my keychain. It's not too obstructive. It's not it's not a pain to have. And again, that little thumb part pops it out nicely. And I redesigned the claw to be a lot sharper and have a lot more plastic behind it to grip into. But again, it would not fit. But because I like the size, I put it on my keychain and I've had it in my pocket all day to see if it would be obstructive, if I'd notice it, and it's actually quite comfortable in there. So the overall shape I'm quite happy with. Yeah. So I knew the body was fine, and I then decided to go through the actual claws. So all I've done is I've redesigned and reprinted the claws. Again, this one didn't fit. It's almost identical to the original. But then not only did this one fit, it actually worked. So this is a bottle I opened with this earlier. Non-alcoholic. But again, because it's plastic, it tore away at the claw, and it actually just, I mean, it worked, but it damaged the claw to the point where it wouldn't be usable again. But what I have access to is some carbon fibre filament, which should be quite a bit stronger. And then I basically took this design and then reprinted it with the updated claw that works, with the same body shape as one of my keys, which is this guy here. If you can see the logo on it, it's actually printed out quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with the quality. And again, this was all printed in one go, so it's a functional 3D part, sorry, 3D printed part straight from the print bed. It still needs a little bit of cleaning, but yeah, there it is. Now I haven't actually tested this with a bottle yet, so I'm going to now test the opener while I'm recording. So if this fails, it's going to be, everybody's going to see that it failed. But I've only got one more bottle to open, and you know, you can't have a bottle opener and not show off whether it works or not. So let's see if I can get this to fit on. Yep, that's there. Now I'm going to have to be gentle because again, it is still plastic, even if it's got carbon fibre to reinforce it. No, that's not going to work. Nope. So again, this goes to show, even with carbon fibre, plastic's really not the material you want to work with this kind of thing. Nah, it's just snapping clean off. Which is unfortunate, but you know, it's what you expect with this kind of material. Although, oh, the original claw works. Although it's not very easy. So apparently the normal PLA was stronger than the carbon fibre. So I'm now going to struggle with this to try and get it open, which is really not pleasant, but technically an opener. Well, I admit not the best design. But hopefully when I do the casting in metal, it will actually work more the way I designed it. I might have to modify the design further, but the deadline is today, so there we go. So yeah, somewhat of a failure as far as a functional bottle opener is concerned, at least until I cast it. But as far as having a design that is practical and can be carried around and looks quite nice, I do like how that's turned out. I'm pleased with that. But obviously plastic is just not a good material for it. So yeah, a failed entry, but it was a fun challenge, and obviously when it's cast in metal, that's where my real entry would be, but this has to be posted today. So I'll have a belated upload with the metal version, but for now, yeah, that's my entry. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks again to SWDweeb for actually hosting this challenge. It's a great opportunity for people like myself who are just starting out and otherwise wouldn't get to be involved with this kind of challenge with, you know, the bigger channels out there. So again, massive thanks to him for including anybody who wants to try this out. And even though this version failed, again, it was still fun. It was interesting. I actually enjoyed the designing aspect of it, and again, I'm pleased with how the design looks and how it actually functions as at least a keychain decoration. So I'm really looking forward to getting this cast and having a functional bottle opener as well as one that I like the look of. So yeah, thanks very much guys, and we'll see you later.